And we're live. Welcome to Strikeout Beer, your least favorite podcast.
Oh yeah.
As always, guys, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
How you doing, buddy?
It's like least by like a mile and a half.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. Like,
So.
it's not even close.
Nah.
It's like everybody else is the Tigers, and we're the Rockies.
Oh.
Best record versus the worst record. Right? No? No? You're not following that analogy?
They got the best record now?
Yeah, they've had the best record for a while.
Yeah. I know I said it for a while, but I don't know if they still had it.
They do.
I'm trying to top this thing off. Like I just wanted to hit the brim there.
Just the tip?
So we're drinking. I'm having Alan's doing Busch NA, but I'm having garage beer, classic small batch brewed light beer, 4% alcohol by volume, 95 calories, 3 grams of carbs. On the back of their can, it's like this is the side of the can where the brand tells you their story. But we thought you'd rather just drink beer with your buddies. Garage beer is light, refreshing, and made with the highest quality ingredients. Keep it light. Cheers. Or you could have just told your story, because I mean, it's not like we haven't seen a commercial or whatever with one of you clowns in it for like the last, oh buddy, look at this.
Ooh. Well, it's just the one. This is Jason's thing. This isn't Travis's thing.
All right.
So
I'm still using my giant Strikeout beer vessel here. That I really do like that thing. Anyways, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's nice.
We got Rangers were on, but they were losing, getting their ass kicked. So we put on the hockey game. Stanley Cup Finals are on. Go Florida, I guess, because
America.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, coming again to save the mother. Indeed.
So what's up, man?
Oh, nothing, man. Just was on vacation.
Yeah.
All last week.
Tell me more.
Took the kiddo to a softball tournament out in Grafford, Texas.
Okay.
A big place called Rockerby. Had a great time. It's actually partially owned by a Cal Ripken thing. Like,
oh, okay.
Like he's a part owner of this place.
Yeah.
Did you
have a good time?
We had a good time. Had a great time. We stayed in Mineral Wells.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's just an hour from here, but it seems like a completely different world.
Yeah.
Than where we're at here. Like, it's just you've got hills, mountains, beautiful drive. Had a great time though.
That's a cool thing about Texas. You know what I mean? You can hit different parts and see different. I think Texas has like, let's say 5 or 6 like general states, right? It's.
Oh, whoa. There we go.
Completely.
And we're back.
It's a totally different movie. Totally different. Totally different.
But yeah, no, had a great time while we were out there.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a brewery while I was out there.
Nice.
Rick House Brewing.
Oh.
Only made it out there one day.
Okay.
And just got beer to go. It was a real small type of place, where it's mostly bar seating, and then they had a few tables along the wall. It wasn't really big. Didn't seem like a place that was like where you go take your kids to.
Sounds just like a Lost Hiker. We just reviewed that place. It sounds identical to it.
I mean, I talked about it during that review when you were talking about Lost Hiker.
Yeah.
But went there, and the first night we got out there, we just went and grabbed some food from a couple different places.
Mm-hmm.
Kiddo wanted this, Mrs. wanted that. So we went to 2 different places, and right there,
chicken tendies, and the other one wanted burgers,
pizza and barbecue.
Damn it!
So
I feel that was so close.
And I had a little bit of both. The missus got like a 3-meat plate of like barbecue.
Yeah.
A nice little thing, and the kiddo got a cheese pizza. So I had some cheese pizza, had some barbecue. I was good.
Cheese pizza. The kids have been doing cheese pizza more, I think, now than they ever have. Like back when we were kids, it's pepperoni.
I'll do more cheese pizza now.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't give me the heartburn, right? So the pepperoni's on there, all that grease. I'm just at that age where I get the heartburn.
If I do anything other than cheese, because when I do, like, I'm a New York style guy. Like, that's my thing now. Like, I'll go to Joe's or something like that. Give me a big old slice of cheese. But if I got put meat on it or something like that, or like that and then like jalapenos, like meat lovers and jalapenos or whatever, I that's fine. But it's all or nothing. I'm not just doing pepperoni anymore.
I chase, if I'm doing like pepperoni or something like that, I'm chasing it with Tums.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
God.
Let me get that with the Tums chaser. What's up, old school? But like I went in there. It was right there next to one of the restaurants that we went to.
Yeah.
So it was easy to run into. Told the missus, like, hey, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm going to run in, grab some beer to go, and walk out. Walk in there. They had it was a cool little vibe. It was a little bit darker in there. They had a band playing some type of like folk type music type thing.
Yeah.
Seemed pretty cool. Up the bar. The guy's like, what can I do for you? I was like, you got beer to go? He goes, yeah. I go, you got like singles?
You got any big breasted blondes laying around?
He goes, we just have singles. I was like, cool. Let me I was like, give me 4. He goes, what do you want? I go, your choice, man.
Just want to start honking. That's all I want to do.
And he goes, well, what kind of beer do you drink? I go, I drink it all.
We talked about that the other day. Like what I was like, I don't base my beer on the style. I base it on the can art.
And there's no can art there. There's just black labels.
They're gonna can
they
it
write
for you?
everything on, right? They can't. Well, it was all already canned, but it's you know.
Yeah.
And so he was like, all right. So he grabbed me 4 beers. I only know what 3 of them were because one of them wasn't listed anywhere.
Okay.
Like it wasn't listed on Untapped. It wasn't listed on their website. So there was one beer that I have no idea what style it was.
Oh, Jesus.
But all 4 beers were delicious. Crushed them all. They were all like 4.5 to like 5.9 was the highest.
Really?
So all real low. There was like a Kolsch, there was a Mexican lager.
Love Kolsch's. Big fan.
I'm drawing a blank on the other one. And then, like I said, the 4th one, I had no idea what it was. I was hoping to make it back there.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, this was a trip for the kiddo. She went playing the softball tournament out there.
Yeah.
And just didn't get a chance to make it out there.
But
I'd like to get back out there. Cool little place, cool spot. Got a couple stickers, so I got a sticker for you. I thought it was in the bag, left it at home. But Rick House Brewing. So if you're ever in Mineral Wells,
you're the worst.
Go and check them out.
Okay.
Cool spot. But had a great time.
Worst.
The one thing that was a little, so the kiddo qualified for an MVP. She won an MVP out there.
Mm-hmm.
And winning an MVP, you get invited back to, they have an MVP tournament the end of July, beginning of August. Come out and you play in it. The thing that they talk about is like, you've got to bring, 3 different colored pairs of pants, 5 different colors of socks, because you don't know what jerseys you'll have when you get out there. You get 2 jerseys that they'll give you that you get to keep. That's pretty much it. And you go out there, they throw all the MVPs on the different teams. You have a couple practices and you play in the tournament. She qualifies for this. Great job. It's like $600.
Yeah.
If she's going to go back and play in this
tournament.
tournament.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
MVP, man.
How
much do you spend on all the other shit that you do?
Well, what do you mean other shit that I do? Right now,
the private lessons and all that other kind of shit. Aren't you in a travel league?
Yeah. Oh,
it's not for fucking free.
I'll spend $600 for a whole season on that.
Oh, so it's just a weekend thing?
This is just one weekend.
Yeah.
It's a 4-game guarantee.
Am I subbed in this already?
I
guess
know.
I am. Okay. I was trying to make sure I got my Amazon Prime. So if you're watching us on Twitch or whatever, if you have Amazon Prime.
If you're not watching us on Twitch, but you have Twitch and you have Amazon Prime.
You have Amazon Prime, you can go over there and you can subscribe to this channel for free and just, buy your pounds of beer. Yeah. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't cost you a dime.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it costs you your Amazon Prime subscription, but
yeah,
you're already paying for that.
Yeah. So. I just wanted to look at it. I was checking it out or whatever. So what's up, old school? How you doing? Yeah. So you're not in on that?
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do it. Like
the next step, man.
I've talked to a couple people. Like one is her pitching coach that she does her private lessons with, and she was like, "Yeah, my kids went and did it when they were younger." She's like, she goes, "I paid 150 for it," and he goes, "I didn't think it was worth 150 when they went and did it." So
we talked about this before. It's all like
it's an experience.
Little league stuff is that is also it's just a scam. Like the AAU, the travel ball. Travel basketball, travel, all that shit. It's mostly just a money making, scam or it's not a scam, pyramid scheme. No, something else. What else that thing could be called?
It's not necessarily a pyramid scheme because at no point in time are you making money off of it.
Yeah, right? You're not making it, but you're paying up. You're kicking up,
right? But the crazy thing is like, so when we registered for the team, I think it was like $1,000 for a team when we went.
Okay,
so. For it to be like almost $600 for a player now,
they want to showcase. You know what I mean? But that's the next step, right? They always want to. They come on back, and no big deal. But it's 6. It's it costs this much more, even though it's over half of what you paid for a whole goddamn team.
Yeah.
But we got your player here, blah, blah,
And
blah.
they're like, oh, congratulations, you got the MVP. And the only thing they hand you is like a postcard that has a QR code so that you can sign up. Like she didn't even get like an MVP medal or like a ring or anything like
they
that.
just
Like,
want more money,
because like a lot of these these tournaments that we go to, they'll have an MVP for each team for the pool play, and then you have an MVP for each team in the championship games. And majority of those you get a ring for it. It's either a ring. There's a couple tournaments that we did where they gave like a medal for, but most of them it's you get an MVP ring that says MVP on it and stuff like
there
that.
you go.
But
not this time. They just wanted more money.
That's it. It's it. They took her picture, and I was like, "Oh, are you guys posting that picture somewhere?" And the girl that took the picture goes, "Yeah, but I don't know where." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
I mean, that's how it is, man. When you've been a part of this thing or you've seen it before, it's there to generate money for whoever owns the fucking thing or whatever company or business group or whatever's running it. I mean, how'd your kid know?
11.
They're not handing out scholarships at 11. They're not, you're not making the pros at 11.
And
it's a league that, and stuff like that. But they just keep wanting to get. They always want their hand in your pocketbook.
Want the money.
Yeah, they want the money. That's all it is. That's really all it is. It's like Jesus Christ.
And like the thing,
and even if they had a $50 ring or a $10 ring or whatever to hand out to somebody, it's still like, oh, it's this much more money, or this and that. It's like,
and it's like, so we go to this tournament and like, you got to pay to park every day.
Oh god,
it's $25 parking each day. We had 3 days we were there, so we paid $75 in parking.
They're making money.
No,
they're not only like they're putting on the thing, but they're making money. The whole reason they're putting this thing on
is to make more money.
To make money.
To make more money.
They don't give a shit about what's going on. Y'all could be out there farting around in circles.
And like the thing is, like it's one weekend for this event, right? So if you're doing this one weekend thing and I'm paying X number of dollars for it, that should come with something. She literally gets 2 jerseys for $500 and something, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get they have room and boarding there. We don't get any room and board with that. We have to pay for our own room and board.
Yeah.
Or we drive out there every day. It's a little bit over an hour drive. I mean, there's been some turn we could. And
that's all it is.
And we still have to pay for all of our food. Like it's not like they get meals while they're there.
Well,
like
I mean, that's all right. So you're paying for the experience.
That's it.
So just pay for the experience and just let it go.
Yeah.
Because that's all. It's an overpriced tourist trap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all it is. I mean, there's nothing that's going to come from this, but it's an experience that you got to do, and y'all got out of town. You got out of town technically.
Yeah.
See some shit.
We stayed out of town. Like we went and we stayed in Mineral Wells, which was 20 minutes away from where the tournament was.
Yeah.
We made a whole thing of it. It was like, hey, tournament was supposed to start. The tournament started on Thursday. We actually didn't play till Friday. We got out there Wednesday, and then we didn't leave until the following Monday because we didn't know what was going to be going on. Like Sunday was single elimination bracket play. We didn't want to have to wake up, have to worry about. We didn't know how late we're going to play Saturday, as we're having to book this, a couple months in advance to stay.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how long we were going to play on Saturday, which we ended up playing pretty late on Saturday. And then Sunday, you have to deal with, we got done Saturday. We went home. We went to bed. We had to wake up pretty early to be out there Sunday morning. So we didn't want to have to deal with all that. Let's just stay the extra day so we don't have to the stress about all that. And that's what, we both had the time to take off of work. So, we took the time off of work and it wasn't that big of a deal, but
I feel like even like adult tournaments and stuff like that are a little bit more put together, like where you get a fucking $400 bat at the end and some trophies and some other shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Jesus, we finished second in that one in Carrollton, right? We almost won it all.
Yeah.
But it's like, the team that won it got like a $400 or $500 effing bat.
And like, if you win,
we got a trophy, I think.
If you win, you get, there was a trophy. We got a trophy and some shirts. If you win, you get all the players get.
But it wasn't that much either. It wasn't that much.
They all get rings and they all get, there's an MVP in the championship game for both teams.
Okay.
So you have all that. There's typically a banner that you get, that the organization gets.
Why don't you start something like this?
Like
Jesus Christ, how much money do I need to give you to get this going to where I get to rake in like 90% profit?
You talking about, well, all the money's in the tournament.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't
Let's
well,
just start.
Okay.
Let's
first of
we'll
all,
go apply for a permit somewhere
and build some fields.
No. We're going to use city fields or wherever fields.
I mean, you can.
Exactly. These fields weren't built for this tournament.
Well, here's the thing. So, but if you're running these tournaments, you got to be part of these organizations, and then being part of the organization,
let's start creeping our way in.
You're dealing with all the insurance and things like that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
But like,
let's just start creeping our way in.
Like at all these tournaments, like all these tournaments that we go to, majority of them is $10 a day to get in.
Yeah.
So
that's not for us though. That's for those fucking people. That's what we charge everybody else.
That's the money that we get.
That's what I'm saying. We got to start. We need to start putting this together.
Man, this seems like a lot of work.
We were going to buy a soccer complex at one point.
I still think we should have.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, let's get in and let's find some fields. Let's become an association, and like, hey, send some invites out. Whatever. We're clearing.
Oh, and here's the thing:
how much are we clearing? You think $5 grand or $10 grand on the weekend?
When you run these tournaments, here's the other thing: you don't pay for the umpires. It's pay at the plate. The teams pay the umpires.
No shit. Is that what that is?
Yeah. And like most of these tournaments, like so, a tournament for us typically the cost is, I want to say it's like $400 or something like that.
Okay,
$400 or something along those lines. But then it's pay at the plate. And you're paying the umpire somewhere between $40 and $50, $60.
It's such a scam.
Each team
why are we not
pays
doing
each
this?
umpire?
Why are we not doing this?
So these umpires at these tournaments are making anywhere between $40 and $60 a game.
Why aren't we doing this? If you could be involved too. We'll get Boner in. Boner knows what's up. And we're gonna tag team. We'll have softball teams going against baseball teams, softball teams going against softball teams.
Up. Oh man,
I'm telling you, why can't we do it? And I don't know how much it costs to lead or to rent softball fields or baseball fields for a weekend, but I totally think we could totally do it.
I mean,
and then give me a ballpark figure. Do you think we'd make 5, 10, 15, or 20,000 that weekend?
We're not making 20,000.
Okay, so it's between 5 and 15.
I think it's on the lower end, I would say.
10 grand,
maybe. Yeah, because you also got.
Why aren't we doing this?
I don't know.
Why are we not? It's all a scam, and all these people pay so much money for their goddamn kids to go play in some bullshit tournament that doesn't matter. And then even if they win or whatever, like so if they would have won this one, they would have got some bullshit rings, right?
They get some rings,
a trophy or something like that.
No trophy, you get rings.
So just rings now.
They give out rings.
Okay. For us, it's trophy because they just one trophy. It goes to the team.
It's just one. Well, t-shirts.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But no, it's rings. You get rings. Like the kiddo's got like
cost like $20 each or $10
she's got a
each.
display at home that she has all of her rings for her championship, her finalist rings,
but nothing else,
and her MVP rings.
So that's it, just rings.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'd be out money for say insurance, rental, rings. And those rings, and that's it because they pay for everything else, and we get to collect on parking.
No, well, you don't pay parking at these. This one you paid parking, but you pay an entry fee.
So do we get entry or parking, or it's one or the other?
It's typically the entry.
Okay, so
you charge $10 a pop.
So we get entry, then we also get because we just jack up the entry price, right? Where it's like $600 a team, right?
Well, I mean, most are not. They don't cost that much.
No?
So you're probably not going to get teams if you're charging $600.
How much did you pay?
I think they're typically like around 400.
So slightly off by 200. So 400 a team. How many teams were there? Exactly.
Our age group.
Exactly. And it's fucking like different age
14
groups. And man.
Some of these age groups, there's 30 teams.
Like, why are we not doing this? Like, why are we not doing this?
There's 30 teams.
And then they take it and they pay the umpire. There's no the massive the cost coming out of our pocket is to rent the fucking place and then insure ourselves.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, but I'm sure that insurance isn't cheap.
It can't be that goddamn much.
I mean,
they're like fucking 8 years old. You know what I mean?
You're not just doing one age group. You're doing them all.
I mean, that's just for like the weekend. Yeah. You said you had to go against 30 goddamn teams.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that takes up the whole weekend at like a 3 little park area, man. We're just gonna play, not burning through the night like we do, like all nighters.
No, but like some of these you play until like 9 o'clock at night sometimes.
Yeah, 8 to 9. So like, or say 12 to 13, 14 hours.
And then depending on it, that's if you're on time.
Hey, Lizzie.
Right? We've had a couple we had one tournament where games were running behind, and then our game, we were the last game of the night that was supposed to start at 8:00. We just start till like 9:30.
Why aren't we doing
hour
this?
and 15-minute game?
Why are we not doing this?
Hour and 15-minute game, and we went extra innings.
You want to talk about making money, and you never brought this to the table ever.
Oh,
like, why are you not bringing this to the table? This is something this is nothing. This has nothing to do with child sports.
Hold on.
All about money.
So you're going to come and spend your weekend out there at the field?
Nope.
So you got to pay people to do it then?
Yeah. Maybe one asshole, like for $100 for a weekend or something like that. You're going to
you're
be already
dumb.
out there to have your kid fucking play.
Yeah, my kid's not playing in
Yeah,
our tournaments. Our tournaments are shady as hell. We're not playing in these shady ass tournaments.
I mean, you're already fucking playing. What's the difference between this one and any other one? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
You're running this shit.
No. You are. You are.
Running it.
You can actually fix it where y'all can just win every time.
Okay, so here's the thing. So what
you just walk up to the umpire like, hey, bud,
I know they already paid you.
So a little extra.
So here's what I'm hearing. Here's what I'm hearing. You want me to do a bunch of work so you can make money.
All you gotta do is hang out. You don't have to do anything. But your kid gets to win tournaments. And you get to sit there with your little coach hat on. You look like a little penis with a hat on. Your little fucking,
Actually, I'm probably not going to be coaching anymore.
The wind jacket on and shit like that.
Probably not going to be coaching anymore.
No, you get to sit there and just talk. That's your thing. You love fucking talking to people.
Her team's splitting up.
I don't give we're talking about money. I don't give a shit about the future of your minors fucking softball career. Softball, goddamn it, no one cares.
I mean, people care.
People who have kids that play softball or previously played softball.
No,
that's it.
Family members.
Nope. Loose. You go past like maybe a concerned aunt, but that's it. Maybe a cousin that's talking about getting in the game. Not further than that. Not a goddamn, not even a fucking whiff. Come on, Alan, let's do it, man. Let's make some money. On a week for a fucking weekend. For a weekend, I'll show up for a weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send some emails and shit.
Yeah.
You know what? And if parents start getting ruly, if their ump's like, hey, we're gonna toss them, like, don't worry about that. I'll take fucking just start rolling fucking sleeves up. Just throw motherfuckers in the parking lot.
Yeah,
be $600 out of their ass.
We'll see.
Hey, and if you get tossed in one of my tournaments, it's $100 fee.
Oh shit!
Why the hell are we not doing it? But yeah, I mean, all those things, and when you look at like AAU games and travel ball, and what's his name will contest to this, and even with soccer, all the soccer leagues and all that kind of
game for a little while.
Yeah, and it was just travel. I mean, you pay your. It's not a tournament, but you pay your $500 or $600, whatever the fuck it was, and they play. You don't go to the city fucking fields every week. You go and fucking play Plano. You go play fucking Fort Worth or this and that. There we go. I hope Florida beats the shit off these fucks.
Well, it's 3-1 now.
But yeah, no, it's like you do that, and then they play. Like they did have some tournaments. You're like, okay, cool, we'll go play or whatever. It's like, and they got the cool thing was. Like when they played, I don't know if they ever won one. I think they finished like second a couple times and whatnot. I do have some really cool pictures of the kids,
right?
Like wide, wide shots, like in frames and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, cool. Did you have fun? Yeah. All right, that's all I need to know. See you.
Yeah.
But those things, I'm like looking around at the field, and there's like 40 games going on at once. You know what I'm saying? Like, but. I think with baseball and softball, I think we can find something there. I think we do a little something.
I don't know, man.
I think a little something. Lizzie was talking about putting Tyler in like for FC Dallas or something like that back in the day. I go, you know how much money that is? I go, I love my kid, but I don't
love my kid that much.
Well, I mean, I looked at it as, can he play? Yes. Will he actually commit to something like that? I'm like, I don't think he will. He played varsity, and he went when he went to South Carolina. He played varsity. He was a varsity midfielder as a freshman or freshman sophomore. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I was like, you having fun? He goes, yeah, I'm having a blast. But he just like when baseball with here, he goes, well, I don't want to play the field. I go, there's a DH, right? I go, there ain't no damn DH in Little League, bud. And he just wanted to go up there and just like slap it. I'm like, no. We ain't doing that.
Well, and if you're doing something like you get into that FC Dallas stuff, it's not just you're not just committing to.
Well, you're not just writing checks.
But as a player, you're not just. You got to commit to practicing
the program
outside of right,
yeah.
And you got to be practicing outside of it and all that. And like
we ran into parents that were working the concession stands at AAC.
Yeah,
And
But
it's
I'm
like, oh, I'm
talking
not
about
doing
like
that.
the commitment from your
kid.
your
Yeah.
kid. Like
Yeah.
you've got practice 2 days a week, but you have to outside those 2 days, you need to be doing other stuff outside of that,
Yeah.
right? Because you're not gonna if you're gonna be doing that. Oh, it's 3-2 now. If you're gonna be doing that, you're going up against kids that are practicing 5-6 days a week.
That's all they do.
Right. That's all they do. And like that's kind of the thing that we ran into with Kinsey. She wanted to be a pitcher. And the conversation with her was like, hey, if you want to pitch, it's not just pitching at practice and pitching at games. We have to pitch at least 3 other days outside of practices. We have to do drills. We have to have pitching sessions. We have to do all this stuff. So if you're going to pitch, this is what we're committing to. And kind of talked about that. And she's like, okay, I can do that. And that's what we do. She has practice 2 days a week. We have pitching sessions 2 to 3 other days of the week. One of those days is she has pitching lessons that she goes to and all that. So
yeah, when I was younger, it was like, I lived for baseball or whatever. That was my thing. And I grew into hockey about when I was like 13 years old. But for me, from the age 7 or 8, all I thought about was fucking baseball. That's all I ever thought about. And so I do summer ball, I do the spring ball, summer ball, fall ball.
Right.
I'd play all 3. And it was like, and every time there's practice, I always go to practice and things like that. And then when I got into catching, it was like, all right, well, gotta do this and that. And it's just a little bit extra work. But yeah, I didn't have to do like that other shit where you got to figure out how to pitch and all that kind of, because it's just catching, right?
But also like pitching for like baseball is different because like we were at some fields the other day and there were some baseball players practicing next to us. And I'm hearing the coaches talk to the kids. It's like, oh, well, you pitched yesterday, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't throw today.
Yeah,
because you pitched yesterday. You don't have that with softball because it's just more of a natural movement with the underhand, right?
Yeah.
So we don't worry about that. Like there was one tournament, like we were done with it, and she always has her lessons on Mondays. And that weekend she pitched in 7 games. And she threw a ton of pitches. And we go to her lesson on Monday, and I tell her pitching coach, I was like, hey, maybe we just want to work on, because she also does hitting with this coach. I go, maybe we just want to work on hitting today because she pitched in all 7 games and she threw this many pitches. She goes, no, she's good. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I remember being one where the count would come in, and if you pitched or whatever, there was like,
but it's more so now than it was then, or whatever, right?
Yeah, but even for us when we were younger, I had to come in and pitch some games, and I was like, man,
Killer Clown's in the house.
Like,
what's up, Killer?
I hate pitching. I was like, I sit there. I was like, and I'd get bored on the mound, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drill this dude real quick. I didn't pitch after I think after I was like a teenager, like after 13, I was already a catcher. So I didn't.
You were just
I never had to do anything else. I just went and played catch, which was fine. I actually really enjoyed it. But yeah, no, when I was younger, it's like Jesus Christ,
It's funny whenever my kid, she hit a kid this weekend. She doesn't hit many. She hit 9 batters in like 53 innings or something like that this last season. Like she plunked a girl this last weekend. After she plunked her, she turns to look at me. She just goes, eh. It's like, we were throwing an inside pitch. It got away from you. It happens.
Yeah. I'm always in for plucking people. You got to plunk these fuckers. Yeah.
Well, she took a line drive off the shin this weekend.
Yeah.
It was,
we were in Does she wear shin guards and a face mask and shit?
She wears a face mask.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't wear shin guards, but 2 outs in the first inning. Kid rips one up the middle, goes right off her shin, and she's down and she's hurting. We get her, switch pitchers, get her out there on the bench. And got the ice on it. This was the very first at top of the first, and so we're like talking to her like, hey, we haven't gone through the lineup yet. If we need to, we can go ahead and pull you. How's it feeling? And one of the moms she's a personal trainer, or not personal trainer, but
something.
Masseuse, school sports doctor.
Oh, there lady. You go. Cool.
So she comes out there and checks her out. She goes, no, it's tissue. It wasn't on the bone or anything like that. She's gonna have a nasty bruise.
Yeah.
So we get there and she's number 4 batter. We're like, hey, you're gonna be coming up the bat. We need to know now how you're feeling. She's sitting there for a second. She goes, Dad, I'm good. I go, okay, well, you're gonna have to run. We pulled you out of the game. We can't pitch run for her. You can pitch run for pitchers and catchers. We pulled her out, so she's no longer the pitcher of record. I was like, so you got to come over to the bullpen and you need to run. and you show me you can run full speed.
You can pinch run for pitchers and catchers,
Pitchers
like
and catchers.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Every
shit.
time they get on, yeah.
Why is that for kids? That seems like an adult thing.
Yeah, it just. I think it's more so along. I know for the catchers, it's just because of the equipment, right? You know, well,
they never did that shit when I was.
It's last batted out.
No shit.
Run, so
they kind of beefier,
huh?
Are the people kind of beefier that playing catcher or something like that?
No,
or pitching?
No, not always. Sometimes.
Weird.
Like we got one pitch. We got one catcher we won't pitch run for when she's out there because she's our fastest kid on the team.
Yeah, I was like, that's me. I was like, I used to be the fucking fastest kid on the team.
Yeah, we got, when Kinsey's not the fastest one out there. And then we got another catcher that she's not the fastest.
You can just fucking
pitch run for her every time she gets on base.
No shit.
When she's pitching. So,
that's wild as shit.
But yeah, so she went over there and she ran. She was good to go. Yeah. She comes up the bat, freaking bases were loaded when she comes up the bat, rips a double, clears the bases. And the next inning, she's like, Dad, I'm pitching again. I was like, well, you got to go talk to coach and tell coach you want to pitch again.
So they didn't yank her or did yank her?
Well, she came out. She came out during that inning. And then she went back out the next inning.
Wait, hold on. So did someone else come in and finish the inning, or that was at the end?
Someone else came in and finished the inning.
Y'all can do that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
You can. So if you come out for an injury, you can go right back in, not a problem. But you can also, like, if you pull your starting pitcher,
the rules are a little loosey-goosey.
You can put her back in at least one time. You can put it back in at least one time.
These things are a little loosey-goosey there, but yeah. Cool. Fuck it. Send it.
That's just the rules.
Yeah.
Man, 3-2.
I know, right? I just want Canada to lose.
You just want to.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. So I always love some of these older baseball stats.
No, you don't.
From some of the greats.
No, you don't.
Especially if they're stats involving Tony Gwynn.
The only stats you like are the segregated stats.
No, that's not true. Or Greg Maddux. Typically are some of the greats. Tony Gwynn and Greg Maddux stats.
Those two
are awesome.
Yeah.
So I saw a Greg Maddux stat the other day, and I said, I'm going to share this one.
Let's see what it is.
So Greg Maddux won 355 games and pitched 5,008 innings. Okay. Excluding intentional walks, he went 3-0 133 total times in his career. Out of 5,008 innings.
100 and how many?
33.
Oh boy. I mean, everybody talks about great pitching and everything like that. And it's like, I really admired him. I saw him pitch for the Cubs. Obviously, I loved him as a Brave. With him, Glavine, and Smoltz. And I don't doubt that stat for a second.
No,
not even one little, not even a millisecond.
Well, and you had Treek Skubal who threw what they call
bringing it back to Detroit,
a Greg Maddux game, where you throw a complete game under 100 pitches, and he threw 94 pitches in his last complete game, struck out like 12 or 13, and the crazy stat was like his last pitch of the game, I think it was pitch number 94, was 103 miles per hour.
Sounds
the fastest pitch he threw in his career to this day. But that was Verlander. Like Verlander, he gets stronger. He ramps himself up, and so by the time he gets to the end of his outings, he's throwing over 100. He'll start throwing like mid to high 90s.
He would do complete games.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think those days are kind of gone.
You don't have them too often. Yeah. Here was another fun stat. This was as of May 2nd. So just a few days ago.
Okay.
Through 28 games, the Colorado Rockies had won 3 games in 28 games played. Or this was in the last 28 games. They had won 3.
Okay.
In Scotty Scheffler's last 4 tournaments, he's won 3.
Yeah. If you notice, they bumped that up too. Then now they're talking since June 3rd or some shit. Because after the last tournament was over. Yeah. And they won they won a series. I guess
they just swept the Marlins.
Yeah. I mean, they're terrible too.
It was their first sweep since May of last year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I mean, if you're a Rockies fan, that's a big deal.
I say it I talk about it every week. I'm like, I think the Rockies are a better team than what they are. I think they have issues with either closing out games or something. There's always something that goes weird with their games. But I didn't bet. We talk about bet on them and the White Sox, right?
They'll lose, yeah.
I decided to go against them. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it this week. Not against the Marlins. I'm not going to do it. Just going to let it go. So I picked some WNBA games. And so
speaking of WNBA, I shared the short with you. There's these guys that they bet on Angel Reese to miss her first shot of every game.
I'm on board with them,
and they're always live streaming at the beginning of the game, and when she gets the ball, and I think we're through 8 games, and she's missed her first shot in all 8 games.
Yeah, she's not going to make her first shot. She doesn't make the first shot on anything.
She's going to make her first several shots.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen that pump fake step in 2 from 28, whatever the feet is? Have you caught her on an open layup? No, I'm done. Like, I actually stopped interacting with that shit because I'm tired of seeing it in my feed where I'm like, okay, listen, I don't know what Facebook and Instagram and everybody else needs to figure out. I don't give a shit about Angel Reese, and I don't give a fuck about even if she's doing good or bad. I do not care.
I challenge you to find a time when she's doing good.
I don't. That's actually the statement of someone who's like, that was posted today. It was like, you guys are talking about comparing her to this and that. She's not even good at fucking basketball.
Well, and I haven't confirmed whether this is a true quote or not, but yeah. I'm assuming it is because they're saying it's from RG3 on Angel Reese. And he said, if you give Angel Reese a basketball and lock her in the gym all weekend, by Monday morning, she'll have 10 points and 10K rebounds.
That's impossible. She'll have 5,000 points and 10,000 rebounds.
Oh no, she's missing at least 3 shots before she makes it.
2 to 3. I'll say 2 to 3. Let's do 2 to be conservative. Why don't you grab me a couple garage beers out of there for me? But yeah, I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm like, I don't. Here's my thing. The only reason she's ever relevant is when she's talking shit or being racist as fuck. And I go, I just don't care no more. Like, no one cares. I go, that's the only reason she's ever relevant is because of the dumb shit she says. And no one cares. I'm tired of it. We're done. Man hours in the house. What up?
RG3 been on with was lately. Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's been, ever since he got canned, or whatever. Yeah. I didn't like him a whole lot. He was on that other side of fucking whatever the hell it was. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. You know what? You want to play that bullshit? Go somewhere else. I don't want to see it. I don't care. And then now he's like, I'm like, well, because he got brought back down to Raleigh. He don't work for ESPN no more, right? He don't work for
back to reality.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Rabbit.
Yeah. And so he doesn't. When you get stuck being told what to do left, right, and center, and you're and obviously ESPN's a fucking joke. All of a sudden, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's forced into everything. He's got to tell this. He's got to say this. I mean, shit. Have you watched Sports Center or anything lately? Jesus Christ. It's the most unbearable.
I'm curious to see how the TNT basketball crew is going to do on ESPN. Right.
I don't think they got any bit of control over those guys because that show is something that that works and you bought it to save your network.
Yeah.
Because ESPN's fucking dumb.
Well, it was because you've been seeing a bunch of clips. Like Shaq's been doing a bunch of podcasts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was on with Ryan Clark this last week, and he was talking about when you knew Chuck was real, right? And him and Chuck go way back they've been friends since their playing days. But it was when Chuck was going off about all the big ladies in San Antonio.
Oh yeah,
right?
Churros and shit.
And they got called into it. Shaq was telling the story. He goes, we got called into a meeting one day before the show. He goes, which we never do. And the execs was like, hey, Chuck, a lot of people in San Antonio are upset, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I got it. Don't worry about it. And then he leads off the show with,
he took down San Antonio and fucking Galveston.
Oh my God. But so he goes on the show and he goes, hey, a lot of people are upset over my comments about San Antonio. You don't quite get my humor, blah, blah, blah. They go, they want me to apologize. He goes, I'm not apologizing for nothing.
Yeah. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's crazy though. It's like they're the most, I think, legit NBA analysis or post-game pre-show halftime show there is, right? You go anywhere else.
I've watched more of that than NBA games.
Yeah.
I don't watch games. I'll watch that show though.
And that's the other thing too. You go and watch any ESPN team or ESPN like thing with like Perkins and all that. They're the most racist fucking assholes on earth. Shaq, Kenny, fucking Charles Barkley. They don't give it.
And then Ernie's just a legend.
And Ernie,
right? Ernie is.
But they don't do that bullshit like where they're really super biased.
Yeah.
They're just like,
it was funny. Like earlier in this season, they were talking, they were talking about Lakers and blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, I guess we got to get used to talking about Lakers because that's all they talk about over there on that other network we're going on.
Ooh,
right. But they don't care.
Yeah.
Right. I think they're going to go out there and they're going to do their thing. And like Shaq was like, I'm just kind of concerned about, is Chuck still going to be able to talk about all these big girls in San Antonio and churros and things like that? As long as we're able to, they don't mind us doing those things. They go, we'll be all right. But they're going to do them.
If they say no, they'll fucking go anywhere else.
None of those guys need money.
You can go any fucking where else. They were talking. The funny thing is when they were talking about this, they were talking about getting like even let go or if the show was uncertain, right? It was more about the people working behind the scenes.
Yeah.
None of
and they're bringing over their whole crew.
Exactly.
They're bringing
the four guys don't need dough. They don't need it. They do it. It's work. But their whole crew,
right?
The cameraman, the producers, all that kind of shit. That's what they care about. And it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing.
Yeah. It's it throws me back to when Conan O'Brien was going through all of his stuff and he started doing.
Never a Conan fan. Never watched Conan.
I loved Conan. I loved Conan.
Yeah.
But like when he was going through the whole Tonight Show thing,
mm-hmm.
And Jay Leno just being a douche, deciding, he said, yeah, no, I'll retire. Then let Conan take over. Then he does that and it's getting ready to come out. He's like, no, I don't want to retire yet. So now we're going to do this.
I like Letterman. I liked and Leno too. And I was like, okay.
I like Letterman, but then I was Leno,
like,
I never cared for Leno.
Then I was like, well, I never watched a whole lot, especially back then. It was like, we were in our younger 20s or whatever. It was like, yeah, I don't care.
I watched a lot of Conan.
Yeah.
And then when he did
TBS
when he was,
or whatever it was.
well, then he went from the Late Show and he went over to TBS.
Yeah.
And his whole thing with that was, yeah, I'll come over to TBS, but I need to bring my crew. Right.
Yeah.
And that was his big thing, was make sure his crew was taken care of and all of that. And like he even went through like when they had a period of time where he wasn't able to be on TV before he was allowed to be on TBS, and he went and just took his show on the road. And while he was doing the show on the road, he took his whole crew with him to make sure they were all taken care of.
Nice. Real nice.
But yeah.
There you go. Looking forward to it. Like I said, it's one of those things where, especially when you're watching the finals, and we're watching the finals, I've been watching NBA playoffs and things like that, and it's like that show is just.
Well, now I don't care because TNT crew is done, and we got the finals coming up, and I mean this is going to be one of the least watched NBA finals, which it's unfortunate.
They talk about that. What's
unfortunate.
What's going to be the least worst about it? Is it
it's because it's
watching it or the teams involved?
It's the teams involved. Because you got Oklahoma City and Indiana.
Well, they just said if you had, Adam Silver came out and said this. He's like, if it was Green Bay versus Pittsburgh, you guys be fucking losing your shit over it.
Well, yeah,
and
but that's different.
Green Bay's in a fucking neighborhood.
But Green Bay is an established.
They're in a neighborhood. They play in someone's backyard.
But the NFL is also different than the NBA, right? But your Green Bay Packers are a huge established franchise, and so are the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? But this is
both.
That's not the equivalent.
That's pretty close.
This is the equivalent of the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars playing in the Super Bowl.
Nah,
100%.
I wouldn't say that. That's insane. That's insane. It's not the two worst teams in the league going up against each other.
No, but it's two of the least support.
No. It's the two worst teams that are going up against each other. So don't say that. Don't even get it there because you don't know what you're talking. No, you're just saying. I know you're just saying. Just talking out of your ass.
Throw the Houston Texans in there.
Yeah. Talking out of
Carolina
your ass.
Panthers and the Houston Texans.
Talking out of your ass.
How about that? But they're
right
just
out of
not.
Your ass.
And the other thing is they're not.
Let's see what I'll watch it.
Well, here's the thing: they're two really good teams.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
It's gonna be a great series.
Yeah,
but
starts tomorrow, right?
It's just, I think so.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like when San Antonio was in the finals. Those are some of the least watched finals, but it's a huge team. But it's just not a huge fan base. Like your fan base is San Antonio, right? And with this, your fan base is Indianapolis.
I think if we get past
and Oklahoma City,
I think if we get past worrying about all these other fucking teams that couldn't get into the finals and their fan base and just watch the finals, I think it'd be all right.
Yeah,
NBA ain't going nowhere. I mean, they're already like fucking taking care of a bunch of other leagues. You know what I mean?
Just one.
They're doing just fine. The G League's out there. That's out there, baby. Come on now. I'm not talking. I'm not throwing shit at the WNBA. Come on now.
You should be.
Their
numbers suck now that Caitlin's out.
Oh, poor
Caitlin.
Girl. Poor girl.
Poor Caitlin. The Fever still winning games though.
I know. You watch. When are you going to start watching the league? You going to fire it up again this year?
Now that I can watch it on Disney Plus, I should be good. You know,
it's that time of the year where, because even like for us, it's like we talked about doing the SB Fantasy Football Live, you know, our streams or whatever. It was like I think it's about time, and he's like, I was like, the intro show would be tonight if you want to do it. I go, but we've already introed ourselves before, so what do you want to do? And he was like, well, we could probably kick it down the road another week. I was like, that's fine. We're gonna start next week with our rankings. So it's going to be kickers, defensive DSTs, tight ends, 2 weeks of running backs, 2 to 3 weeks of receivers, 2 weeks of quarterbacks, a mock draft, a must-have, our guys, and then there you go. So SB Fantasy Football, go over and check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook where you're looking at right now. It's on X. So we'll be going live from there starting next week. And yeah, I made the post the other day. I was like, it's about that time. Let's start watching the league one more time, you know. And I'll be honest, I'll probably be done with it in about a week, 2 weeks. But I love it because, you know, what's funny is, you know, when that thing kicks on, it's like dun 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 dun. It just, everybody knows what time it is. I told you, tons of fun. You broke the chair. Suck in it or something.
There we go.
There you go.
And we're back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start watching it. I've been going through a bunch of It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
And like it was crazy. I think I'm July.
Yep.
Can't wait. Can wait. I think I'm in like season 2, maybe season 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Frank's just showed up recently. He showed up at the beginning of season 2.
Okay.
But what's weird is like I'm sitting there watching it, and like the last several episodes I watched, there's actually some continuality in these episodes.
Okay.
Like one episode, Frank decides that he's going through this whole thing where
Frank's involved when he gets there. Yeah, no, there's a whole season I think that continues.
Right. You're sitting there, Frank's like, oh, I want to be part of the group. And they're like, no. And Dennis and Dee are like, no, you're not going to. And then he ends up, this guy buys the building, and part of the building is where the bar is.
Yeah.
But then Frank buys it from him. And so now he owns the bar. And so he's telling Dee and Dennis they got to do this stuff. And they're like, no. So they quit the bar, and that's when they get hooked on crack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dennis and Mac are still there. And Frank puts all of his money in an account for Charlie, because he doesn't want his wife to get it because they're going through a divorce. He's like, well, she can't see, she can't have. Well, Charlie steals a bunch of money from him and finds out. And then at the end of the episode, Frank's like, Charlie, what you did takes balls. You're now the manager of this place. Dee and Dennis, you now do the Charlie work.
Oh, God.
And so the next episode,
rats and cleaning shit.
Is Charlie's the manager, and Dee and Dennis are having to clean the restrooms and stuff like that. And you're like, holy crap, there's a little continuality going on here.
Yeah.
But that doesn't last for very long, because now every
then it
once
starts kind of bouncing.
Every once in a while you'll have, the end of this last season when they went to Ireland. You know, there's the episodes continue, and it says to be continued.
Every time Dee wakes up, she goes, what the hell happened? You know what?
But for the most part, your episodes you don't have a lot of continuality from each episode to each episode. It's just crap happens, and then the next episode a bunch of more random stuff happens, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's something that I kind of go back and forth from, right? I'll be watching something and I'll watch that for a little bit, and then like when the show's over, I'm like, okay, what am I going to watch? Let me go back to It's Always Sunny. Yeah. You know, that's that show that I'll always kind of go back to.
Mine's Trailer Park Boys, but I do like It's Always Sunny, and recently it's been, let's run back through Archer. So I'll go back to Archer. Yeah, there's a handful of shows, like just comfort shows, if I like to call them. Just something I got to lay there for an extended period of time. or just chill on the couch or something like that. There's some shows I got
I've
there.
probably watched I Think You Should Leave 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I've been going back through Detroiters a little bit. Love that show.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 shows are kind of my comfort shows right now. That I don't know what I'm going to watch. I'll fire those up. And then some random shows from here to there. Like I've been kind of randomly going through Curb Your Enthusiasm. Was randomly going through Bernie Mac show not that long ago. Dude, it's so good though. Like Bernie Mac was taken from us way too early.
Oh yeah,
that guy was just so great.
I was watching Bad Santa the other day
yeah.
for some reason, and I was like, "What?"
He's so great.
I was like,
Bad
"I don't know
Santa.
what I'm doing." It's like you know me. I always push everything out. Like, no, it's too soon. But
Him and John Ritter.
Yeah,
their interactions in that are just so great. Like, because John Ritter was like he was having sex with a bigger lady, and Brady's like, "What's wrong with bigger women?" No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying, like, it's just so great.
Yeah. That's I'm like, dude, that movie's wild as
John
shit.
Ritter's another one that was taken from us way too early.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so damn great,
dude. So awesome. So some new bars of soap are going to be coming out that I'm pretty sure you're going to be taking some stock in there.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
So you're not a fan of Squatch soap?
I have a couple bars at the house.
Okay.
But I'm not.
A new.
Nope.
I don't know. What do you call? You don't call it a flavor or necessarily.
You don't eat it or whatever. Yeah, no.
But
I bet you these fucking.
So they partnered up with Sydney Sweeney.
Not doing it.
And they're only going to be selling 5,000 of these. 5,000 bars of soap that are infused with her used bath water.
Oh, cool. And Euler just flopped. That's amazing. Good job, buddy. You have a face shield on it. It didn't get you in the face. These fucking people.
Angry elf. But yeah, 5,000 bars of soap infused with her used bath water.
I think Dr. Squatch should be canceled.
Why?
Shut down, whatever, from doing any business in America from this bullshit.
Why?
It's bullshit. It's Bush League. Bullshit.
I will tell you this. I am going to try and get my hands on some of it.
All you had to do was order it like a couple days ago. It was available.
I don't know if it's still available.
This one dude was like, I'm going to order like 100 of them and sell them to all these other.
That's exactly. That will be my sole purpose because it's limited. There's only 5,000 of them.
Yeah.
And so I guarantee you the resale value on that is going to be absurd. So I don't know if they're still available. I'll probably look after the show and see if I can't score a couple of those.
Oh, eBay, they're at 80, 70 bucks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is.
That's Coconut Castaway.
Yeah.
That's not it.
I couldn't even, I was going to say something, but Bathwater Bliss. There you go. That's the name of it.
Yep.
I didn't want to come up with a name of it, just be like really condescending or anything like that. But yeah. Oh, what is this chick up to? This is coming soon. Smells like morning wood, grit level medium, featuring Sydney's bathwater. Yeah, these people need to be shut down. It's a perfect combination of the two best places on the planet, the outdoors and Sydney Sweeney's bathtub. Experience the ultimate blend of outdoor serenity with refreshing notes of pine, Douglas fir, earthy moss, and a touch of Sydney. So everything, and then you got this broad sitting in bathwater.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're not in?
No, I'm out. I don't. You know, I don't.
This is a part of the show where Rap Day pretends to hate something you really like.
I don't hate it. I'm out. I like her, and I've been a fan with her ever since I seen her in a Machine Gun Kelly video.
You're looking at porn. Stop lying. This is not porn.
Whiskey, what's up?
This is a legit business.
I you know, and you know what's funny is she's grouped in with the other group of people who just don't look that great. And everybody always says, like, Harvey Weinstein would never allow this on his watch. I'm like, for her, I go, she looked pretty good. I don't know, man. She's better than those other fucking roots you're talking about. But I'm like,
very juggy.
I kind of get it. She's just juggy. I don't know if she's got anything else going for her. I'm like, he might be onto something. But yeah, it's like, I liked her in that video. And then she's been in movies and stuff like that. And then people are like, she's not even that juggy. I'm like, I don't know what it seems like.
I don't know what you're looking at that you don't think she's that juggy.
I think it's deceptively juggy. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. But yeah, no, I would never buy this. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, dude, who gives a shit? It smells like bath water. Like someone's ass has been sitting in. Like, and it's probably not even her ass. It's some other dude's ass. It's like, it's Whiskey Pro. Hey, man, I need you to sit in this bath water for 35 minutes.
You're acting like you wouldn't buy Whiskey Pro soap.
I might.
You might.
Not
you
tonight,
would.
But I might.
Not tonight. No, but you'll definitely buy some. Like, that's just not even a question as to whether or not you're going to buy it or not. But I mean, this is on the tails of like Gwyneth Paltrow had that candle that was the scent was her vagina. Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina was the scent of the candle. How many of those do you own, Whiskey? At least 2, right? If not more. You might have one in every room of the house. We'll have to wait for Whiskey to verify that as far as how many bars of soap he has. So we're heading into the third period. Florida is leading the Oilers 3-2 going into the third period. We'll see how the third period goes. But I mean, you got to be pulling for Florida. We got to be pulling for America to win the Stanley Cup. This is actually a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup, which Florida won that one. So maybe Florida's Panthers will take a back-to-back. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What else do we got to talk about here today? We got to talk about Trevor Bauer. And I'm glad you're walking in because
how many beers I had, and I was like, man, that's a long piss.
Not that many. You've had way more. So Trevor Bauer's back in the news.
Oh, what did he do? Oh, donkey punch?
Nope. He won his lawsuit against Lindsey Hill for falsely claiming that Bauer paid her any monetary amount to settle their original lawsuit.
Oh, nice.
And she is ordered to pay him $309,000 in damages.
Good.
Lindsey Hill has now been ordered to pay Bauer and has been arrested as being charged with assault and abuse with an outstanding warrant for her arrest. Bauer's other false accuser is currently being charged with committing fraud against him. Bauer has never been arrested, charged with a single crime, or paid even 1 cent to an accuser.
They should add a 0 to both of those people's crimes, and then that's what they got to pay.
Lock them away.
Whatever you fucking make as a barista or someone, whatever your fucking job is, add one more 0 to the end, because that's what you did to this guy. This guy was a fucking premier pitcher in the MLB, and you and your sorry
ended
ass,
his MLB career.
Well, we have someone in here.
Let's see here. So Whiskey said, because we were talking about the bath soap, and then that led to, well, this is all coming off of, when Gwyneth Paltrow had the candle that was smelled like her vagina. And I said, Whiskey had some. He says he has 17 of those.
Oh God.
So
what the hell's Michael Henson doing here? Are you all right, bud? Hi. I saw a bunch of crazy shit. Like, are you all right? Are you down in the dumps, buddy, or what's up? You want to call in and say hi? I mean, the phone line is open.
Always open for
Actually,
you.
you can just call me, I guess.
I mean, that would be the phone line, right?
There we go. Well, he's got the bat line.
He's got them both.
Yeah. All right. I got it right there anyways, just in case it pops up. And then, just in case.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Bauer's still dominating over there in Mexico. Crazy shit. Oh.
No, he said he was like, you want me to read some posts? I'll read some posts.
You're going to read some posts?
I will. I feel bad. I was like, I almost fucking reached out.
Yeah. Deep thoughts with Michael Henson.
I almost reached out to him because I was like, everything all right? When you see shit from a guy that usually, he's quite bubbly. He's a bubbly guy, right?
Okay.
He's got a nice house, got a nice wife, got some nice dogs out there running around. I think he's got dogs, right? Oh, a cat. Got Cletus, the cat.
Cletus.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Cletus got blocked on Facebook. We haven't heard from Cletus
that
since.
Fucking cat is out of control.
So, by the way, speaking of cats, Henson, today is National Hug Your Cat Day.
There you go.
So go give Cletus a hug and tell him we said, sup.
I miss having a cat. I really do.
Yeah?
I love it. This has been about the most fleeting year for me in a long time.
Oh.
About ready to just get a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Just replace me with AI.
Okay.
But he's had some other shit and he's deleted it because I know it was there because I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just been a bit of a shit year, but it's turning around.
Oh,
He's coming back.
He's back,
He's coming
baby.
back. There we go.
Yeah, fuck it. Congratulations, buddy. Appreciate that. Or good congratulations for you.
I mean, I get it. You've been on the podcast this year, so I can see how you can say it was a shit year, but
yeah. Oh, that one was terrible. I mean, I think we need
the cat having an account. Well, you can create another.
We need to do it again, but we'll just have to behave. Like, cause that one's out of control. Like, there's nothing we can do about that one. Like, I can't.
I mean, we deleted it. It's
hate the litter box smell. Put it in the guest bathroom. It doesn't bother me. Yeah. We had Peyton in that apartment in Carrollton or whatever, and Peyton shared a bathroom with Tyler. I'm sure Peyton didn't like that very much. Like
the litter box wasn't the worst smell coming out of that bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, Tyler was a weird kid. Sitting here like, hey, bud, you got to go to school. It's like butt naked on the corner of his bed playing his guitar. Remember that big fucking TV I had? I had that in this room. He had like a fucking 65-inch TV at the end of his bed. Just sitting here playing a guitar. Like, ring.
There's no money, but on my deathbed, I'll have clarity. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Yeah. Hey, Yama. How about a little something for the effort? Someone said the other day, like they're like, I think it was on like the radio or something like that. Like, oh my god, I love National Lampoons. I'm going, how many Lampoons movies have you seen? Because I guarantee you've only seen like one or two, and you have no idea about the other fucking abominations.
I mean, Van Wilder's National Lampoons. You have all the Vacations.
Didn't I tell you one about the other one? There was a bunch of other crazy ones. Yeah, they have no idea.
Was that one at National Lampoons? The one with Will Sasso?
Yeah.
We watched that one. Yeah. That one was awful. Yeah. But there's a lot of them out there.
Yep.
I've watched a lot of them.
How was Fan Expo? You know what? Call us real quick. Henson, call us. Because I'm pretty sure he was out there at Fan Expo. And I want to hear it because he was today. He was hanging out with his friend Mel, I think.
Mel B from the Spice Girls.
Oh man, if it was Jesus
Eddie
Christ,
Murphy's ex?
Yeah, I would have knocked
Scary
that
Spice?
damn door down to get out there. Hey, call me real quick. The bat line. Yeah, my number. And if you don't mind, if you will endorse, because
Michael Henson.
Oh, there we go.
All right, there he is.
Caller, you're on the air. Oh, hold on.
Bitch, every time I do it. There he is. He's there.
Are you there now?
Hello?
Hey, there you go. Caller, you're on the air, caller.
Long time listener, first time caller. How's it going?
Well, we're doing good, man. How you doing?
Love that first time, long time.
First time, yeah. How's life treating you?
It's still with the turn. We're at the turn of things right now. It was looking ugly. It's been ugly, but I think it's starting to turn.
Okay, all right.
How was the Fan Expo this weekend? You had a table out there?
Yes, I was in a retailer's booth. It went pretty well. As far as, I haven't been to a ton of shows this year, but the energy at the show was pretty positive all the way around. Everybody seemed to be doing pretty well financially, as well as just having a good time. So, and I've heard, a lot of negativity about a lot of shows for the first several months of the year. So it's good to hear everybody kind of feeling like things are turning around. So that's good.
Did you or your wife jump on and or crush a couple boxes while you're out there?
Well, those things can't be crushed. You try and you try, but you just can't crush them.
Comic Shield. That's how you should ship all. You got a plug or something you want to say real quick about that?
Yeah, no, that's it. The plug is that you can't stop these things. They're just invincible.
Yeah. If you go and check out, is it on Part-Time Nerd, the video?
It should be.
I think so.
If you put it up there.
It is.
You
it's on
and
YouTube,
the wife standing on top of a box and it didn't crush.
That's right.
Yeah. She was all over that box.
Yeah. Do you know that and I can safely say this now, that over 1 million comic books have been shipped in Comic Shield containers at this point.
Over 1 million?
Nice.
Over 1 million comics.
Oh my god!
I've shipped somewhere around close to 200 comics in Comic Shield boxes and had 0 complaints.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, I've only ever heard of, I think 2 or 3 that had any damage to the box itself. And I've not heard anybody tell me that they've had like one of the books was actually damaged.
Oh man. So that's where you ship like the graded, or you pile them full of the normal ones, like with the back?
Both.
That's it? Both? You just ship anything you want?
Yeah.
Oh,
He has ones designed for graded books and ones designed for ungraded books.
Nice. Hey, Henson, do you play golf?
I mean, I've hit a golf ball around. I don't know. I mean, I guess you would say you would call it playing golf, but
you dabble?
Do you like to drink while outdoors and just hanging out with the boys?
Yes.
Okay, so then we need to play golf. Like me, you, and Alan need to get together, and then we'll need to find a fourth though. But yeah, I think we can meet somewhere in the middle, maybe Fort Worth side. There is a private club up there in North Fort Worth. My brother's a member of. We can probably go there.
I
thought that wasn't a golf course. I thought that was
he's got multiple memberships.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got multiple memberships.
I've got a membership at a course that's pretty far south. I got a buddy that's got a membership at a different course. So plus there's always Iron Horse, which is always I think a really fun course.
It's a phenomenal course.
I love that.
Great
course.
Public course for anybody that wants to go out
as far as public courses go, that is I'd say it ranks really highly for me.
I like how they're switching things up too. They make you play like the back nine first, so then naturally you come through like the clubhouse about halfway through, and you can sit there and have a nice little dog and a chat or something like that. Yeah.
I know during the summer months they will have glow in the dark golf out there.
Ooh,
where you play 9 holes at night in the dark and you're using glow in the dark golf balls, and they have glow sticks hanging off of the flags.
I didn't realize that, but that sounds pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool. I've done it a couple times. Pretty fun.
Sounds like we need to get together then. A little summer fun, summer fling. Get out there and have some fun.
I mean, look, in the summer in Texas, that's not a terrible idea to play a course at night.
You ain't wrong about that. How's that Oasis out there? Everything all right? It looks phenomenal.
The Oasis is doing well. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we are actually putting the house is on the market for sale at the moment.
If that's happening, where's next year's Super Bowl party?
TBD. We'll see. I mean, it happens every year, no matter what. So we'll figure it out.
My goodness, are you getting a little bit closer to the Metroplex or going further out?
We're gonna get a similar distance to the Metroplex, but we're moving a little further south. Not quite so far west. So it's actually a little closer to the metro area in terms of options. It's the Cleveland area, and just south of Fort Worth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, that's down there. Okay, Cleveland. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a hike, but I mean, it's like I said, it's quicker to get to Arlington, Fort Worth, and those areas, which is the wife works in Arlington, and we still manage to make our way to Fort Worth from time to time. So
yeah, all right. You keep getting further away from us.
30 is a nightmare.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah. 20 and 30 actually. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Anything, Alan?
No. What are your thoughts on the WNBA season so far?
Has it started?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're going through a dark period right now as Caitlin Clark's out for the next couple weeks because she strained her hamstring.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No. I figured he was. I thank God he didn't. I was going to say labia or something. I thought you were going to do it.
This is a very serious.
I thought you were going to do it.
It's very serious, which leads to
you were out of control.
It's cast some doubts as to whether or not she will be playing in the game here at the AAC at the end of this month.
Oh no!
Because,
what are we? That's so. Oh man, I'm really let down by that. That news. That's rough.
Henson, all right, right now, if you guess where your Dallas Wings are ranked right now, you got $100 going to your favorite charity. But I need you to guess. I'm not going to tell you how many. I'm not going to tell you how many teams are there. I'm not going to do that either.
You're not going to tell me how many teams are in the league?
No. Why would I? You're an avid fan.
I don't know how many teams there are.
Yeah. So you tell me how many. You tell me.
I have a feeling that because you're not telling me how many teams are in the league because that's what place they're in. Is my guess. So I'm going to say they're in last place.
Yeah, they're in last place.
What's the number?
You gotta tell me the number though. Do not Google. Do not move. You got 5 seconds.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess there's 12 teams.
Oh, so close. 13 teams in the league.
God damn! I almost said 13.
13. I thought you were gonna do it too. There are 1-7 right now. Oh,
so let me ask you another question.
Oh, pain.
Because this is big deal here around the DFW area. I want to ask you 2 questions.
God.
Can you tell us what pick the Dallas Wings had this last year and who they drafted?
Okay, I do actually know that they had the number 1 overall pick.
Okay. And they drafted
a white chick that doesn't talk like a white chick, but I couldn't tell you her name.
Oh, she doesn't talk like a white girl?
I mean,
no, she does not talk like a white girl. She doesn't sound like a white girl at all.
Oh. Okay.
Paige Bruckers.
Buckets. They call her Buckets.
Paige Bucket.
Yeah.
Do you know where Paige played college ball at?
Oh.
Can she shoot? Does she shoot better than?
No.
No.
Angel Reese? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to go with something else. Yeah. She can hit a layup.
Any male player?
Yeah. She's actually pretty good.
She's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. But do you know where she went to college?
I know it's up north. Because I don't know how I know that, but I know that she played up north. She's from up north. Maybe she didn't play up north, but I know she's from there. I mean, the safe bet is always UConn because they just pretty much dominate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my first guess would be UConn, although I'm getting a sense that it's more New York centric, but I'll go UConn.
Are you locking it in?
I mean, can I phone a friend? I mean, I don't even know who I would call.
You would call. You would probably call me.
I would call you if I.
It is UConn.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. Nice.
There you go.
And she's done pretty good. She shoots, depending on the night, anywhere between 27% to up to 80% from the field. She can be from 33% to 50% from 3-point range. So yeah,
there we go.
Yeah,
I mean she's no Caitlin.
I mean,
but,
it goes from 11 points up to 21, so she can get it done.
She doesn't stroll out there and miss her first bucket, miss her first shot every single game.
Have you seen those guys?
Oh God!
Have you seen the guys that bet on Angel Reese to miss her first shot of every game?
Yes, I have. It's glorious.
It is pretty magical and amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna start recording myself. I didn't know all I had to do was record myself for an easy bet.
Well, it started with the guy with the bang. The videos with the Angel Reese from outside. Bang!
Mashed potato. Bang! Pecan.
Fucking airball.
That's why we gotta have men. We gotta have them here.
Yeah.
Once we take that room back over,
those rebound stats. You got to pad those offensive rebounding stats, dude.
Well, have you ever seen the movie Big? That kid that knocks it off the bottom of the rim like 2 or 3 times, and then he hits a damn layup. Yeah, I mean that's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
So you get 2-3 rebounds for every 2 points. It's math.
Have you seen what RG3 said about Angel Reese?
Oh God, this is our last thing.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh boy.
He said if you give Angel Reese a basketball and lock her in the gym all weekend, by Monday morning, she'll have 10
You'll have a
points.
basket.
She'll have 10 points and 10,000 rebounds.
Oh, thank you, RG3. That's glorious.
He finally did something worthwhile.
Old Bob Griffin. He's been struggling all these years. He finally hit.
Oh God. All right, buddy.
All right. You got any anything coming up here? Anything you want to promote? You going to be anywhere or anything?
I'll be in Denver July 4th weekend.
Okay.
I'll
Pride
have a
event out
commission
there
list for that. What's that?
I said Pride event out there or something like that.
Oh, a comic convention. It's the Denver Fan Expo. Is July 4th weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And then in August, I'll be doing the Boston show, comic show. So
All right.
a couple of shows coming up. I got new books coming, so that's cool. Got several really cool covers. Yeah, still doing comic stuff.
Okay.
Good time.
All right.
Still doing comic stuff.
So you got that going for you, which is nice.
Yeah.
We definitely need to.
Yeah.
We'll have to. I say it all the time. Like this past time that we went a little too hard, we got to rein it in and then just act right for an hour and a half, because our best time is hanging out with you, and we can have a couple drinks and enjoy ourselves and have some fun. And that way we can share it with the rest of the world, because otherwise it never happened. I mean, unless they were there live. Because I got some requests from like old school. He goes, send me the last hour and a half, please.
They're like, no, buddy. I'll give you the first hour and a half, but you ain't getting the last.
Yeah. So I think we need to hang out again, whatnot. And obviously, if you move a little bit closer, that's something else. But yeah, dude, appreciate you calling. Thank you so much, Alan.
Hey. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. And just so you know, we conducted this interview with no pants on. So.
Oh, well, that's...
you're welcome.
I would have taken mine off if I'd known that, just out of solidarity.
Oh, it's pants off all the time, every time.
The fact that you thought we were wearing pants is kind of upsetting. But, whatever.
I don't know what you're doing over there.
I mean...
Under the table? I have no idea what's happening under the table over there.
No pants and all hand stuff. I mean...
Oh, just hand stuff. Okay,
yeah,
well, that's good.
Awfully handsy.
Yeah,
real handsy.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to do a remote.
Yeah,
possibly on a place where people are hitting golf balls. That would be fun.
Hey,
yeah,
that's what we need to do. Go play golf.
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, have your people call our people.
Okay, I will.
And we'll make it happen. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
All right. Well, Henson, thank you so much for joining us. Yep. We appreciate it. Cheers. Mazel, good things.
See you, buddy.
The great Michael Henson.
Man, I'll tell you what.
You're supposed to hit the applause there.
Ooh.
There we go. The studio audience goes crazy.
There you go.
Yeah. They're a little drunk, so they're delayed right now. So,
oh man, I was like, I saw him pop in. I was like, come on, man, let's just hop in. I don't know what it is, but I just need to talk to you right now.
I just need to
hear your voice.
I miss your smell, your musk.
I think after this, we need to get an apartment together. My God. And then that's how it goes. It's like, when you see something, I'm like, shit. I swear to God, I almost reach out to him. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Are you all right? Everything okay? And he's like, yeah, it just, some people, they post things about like speed bumps and, minor things like that. And it's like, oh man, no. What the hell's going on? But yeah, that's why I saw him popping in like, fucking,
you okay, buddy?
Get him on the horn.
You need a hug?
Yeah, get him on the horn. Let's get this hammered out real quick. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left, maybe 20.
Okay.
What do you got? What do you got on the?
We went through all my topics, so it's yours.
No, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Holy shit! When's the last time you went to a main event?
I think it was for a work thing.
How long ago?
That was still in the office.
Okay.
Pre-COVID.
They have strings attached to their bowling pins.
What?
I went this past weekend And when you bowl, it doesn't have the same action. You know, like you pop a pin and it
Right.
just goes all ape shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden a string pulls and they all go up. And there are strings attached to the bowling pins.
So kind of like the ones that
It's a
you'll get at like putt golfing games and stuff.
It's a pancake
right?
breakfast. We do it every quarter.
Where you're not bowling with a real bowling ball and
same bowling balls. Nothing's changed since 1995 when I rolled in there. But now there are strings attached to the bowling pins. I swear to God, I almost lost my mind. And I was like, I stopped. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, man, maybe I took something or something like that. I don't know what's going on. It's like I even asked for like validation. Yeah, I did get roofied.
Allegedly.
Validation from other people that were there with me, and it was like, holy shit, there's actually strings attached to the bowling pins. So when you hit it, remember back in the day where like, an explosion.
Oh yeah.
Or you have a pin, you want to cut one hard and it goes.
Got to get that pin action going on.
Nope. No splits.
That's not real bowling. Are you guys aware of my bowling history?
Do you need to call back in? We've got a couple minutes.
We're not aware of your bowling history.
Yeah, I don't know about your bowling repertoire or anything like that. But yeah, so I swear to God, there's strings there. And so I was so fucking pissed that I just started like, I don't give a shit. I just started chunking the ball down there. I was like, hey, you're up. I go, oh, no problem. Just threw it. I didn't give a shit if I threw it in the gutter. I just chunked the damn thing. I didn't throw it in anybody else's lane because I didn't want to be that guy. But I just threw it down the mud. I was like, yeah, this isn't bowling. Yeah. This is bullshit is what it is. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, there's reason number fucking 537 that I don't want to go to main event no more. There you go. And so I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
The
last time I was there was for a work event, manager thing. And that was pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We were still in the office.
Dude, it was fucking bonkers when I saw it, and I really couldn't. It took care. I was like, this is stupid. Like, what are we doing here anymore? So, for me, I only have a couple other things. I did notice there was a news stories out about Tinder. I know it's past us. We've been it was never in our wheelhouse.
No,
to go on there, whatever. But kids, and other young adults that dabble around on there. They
Hinton said he had a chance to go pro, but realized the money was garbage. Carried a 220 average, so I got that going for me.
220? That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Back in my day, I think when I was actually like a peak of my bowling, I was about a 180 to 200 guy. 210 possibly.
I was about a 210 in middle school.
Yeah.
I was on the bowling team in middle school.
What'd you do as an adult?
Just moved here and then just kind of played one season and then was kind of done. We can get into the bowling years at a future time. Okay.
Fucking we bet we will.
Edmonton just tied it up 3-3.
God, I hate Edmonton. Anyway, so there was something that just got released. It was on Tinder.
Right.
And it was going to include height filters. So for chicks, they can include a height filter. I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. It's like, well, are they going to include a weight filter for the dudes?
Or bra size or whatever?
That was my second thing. I was like, it's either weight or bra size. I was like, well, let's definitely include that because that's...
Bryson's in the house. What's up, Bryson?
What's up, Bryson? How you doing? I was like, I think that'd work. I mean, if you want filters... Now, they said they wouldn't filter 100%. It's more of a preference thing. Like, even when you go, like, to Auto Trader...
Right.
You put a car in, the year,
but you'll still get a few.
And they say it's close enough, right? And so I was like, yeah, cool. I was like, yeah, no, if they're letting filters come through, let it work. Let it work for everybody. You know what I mean? Not just for people who have no impact on the app anyways. Like they don't, like that's the whole thing with this thing, right? The chicks, they're not active. They don't really, do this and do that or whatever. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, fine, send it. But it's like, yeah, if you're a dude, it's like, yeah, I don't want that. You don't want a person that you don't like. They're not in your weight class or something like that. And especially if they're already gonna filter you out for being an inch or two shorter. Yeah, send it.
It's good to hear, Bryson. Glad you're doing good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So But yeah, I was like, when I saw that, but it popped up on Gordon was talking about it on
Okay.
the ticket or whatever. And then one of my podcasts I was listening to, they were talking. When was the last time you slept on the couch? Like not willingly.
Never.
Okay. When was the last time you slept on the couch?
I took a nap on the couch this last week.
Yeah.
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 But
So-
it was we were at we stayed in a tiny home,
Yeah.
and it was
You'll stay in a tiny home?
yeah. It was actually a good size. I had like an upstairs. The kiddo took the whole upstairs portion
Yeah.
of it. You couldn't stand up in it, but you know, she'd go up there and just crawl around, and there was a couple beds up there and stuff. But no, it was
I love your Airbnb stories, especially the shed story.
oh, that one was
Yeah.
that one was crazy. But no, it was, you know, we had we're out the fields all day, and we come back, and she was taking a shower, and I just kind of sat down on the couch there, and was on my phone for a second, and then was like, you know what, I'm going to sleep.
Nap time?
Yeah, I'll fall asleep on the couch from time to time. It's, you know, I'll get home
Well, if
from
you're
work
taking a
and
nap, that's different.
Yeah,
That's different. What I'm saying. That's why I
but-
said involuntary.
Involuntarily, like, be watching a movie with the kid and fall asleep, right? But never like, oh, you're sleeping on the couch. Like, that's never happened.
Yeah.
And that's never going to happen, because I'm going to go sleep in the bed. And if you don't like it, you can move.
That's exactly how I see it as well. So yeah, one of my I listened to a podcast or whatever, and it was talking about going to bed mad. Like, will you go to bed mad, or will you know this and that? It's like, yeah, I'll go to bed mad, I guess. If they don't want to reconcile before we go to bed, fine. We go to bed mad, and we'll wake up in the morning. It's a fresh start, right?
Yeah.
You know, you wake up in the morning.
Good when you wake up.
You know, you're like,
everything's
how you doing? You ready? You want some coffee, some breakfast?
new day. Starting over.
It's a new damn day. And so there was like an old, you know, kind of a stereotype from like the 90s and before that, right? Where it's like, oh, you're in a doghouse, you got to sleep on the couch or some shit like that. And the host of the show said the same thing, what you just said, actually. It was like, yeah, I'm not sleeping on the couch. Like, it's my goddamn bed in my house. If you don't want to share the bed, our marital bed with me,
you go sleep on the couch.
then you go sleep on the couch. And then so that's always been my thing, though, you know, for the last, I don't know, 30 fucking years. And it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. If you're pissed, hit the bricks. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sleeping here.
Yeah.
I sleep right here on the right side of my. I'm already leaning down. I'm gonna plug my phone in, and I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
So if you're pissed, fuck out.
Yeah. If you don't want to sleep here, that's cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, because I'm going to sleep.
I mean, honestly, it does bother me a little bit, because I don't sleep as good when she's not in bed with me. It's just kind of like it's a comfort thing, right? It's just kind of like you're used to them always being there. And so when they're not there, you're just kind of like, this is a little weird, but
I don't think, it's never happened where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'm not sleeping on the couch like I'm my asshole. So unless there's some crazy shit going on where like all of a sudden we're just camping out on the couch. Now that's happened. Like power goes out here and we go down the street or whatever, like, you know, and we have to sleep on the couch. Like, okay, we're doing what we got to do. But not because like you're fucking pissed at me or anything like that. Like that's just not happening.
I mean, there's definitely been some times where I've like gotten home from a long day of work, and I sit down on the couch and I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep now. Right.
It's more about going to bed mad, like, you know, and so someone's like, yeah, that's you either living back in the night. Like, yeah, dude, you're living back in the 70s or 80s, man. I was like, because I've never done it. I've been an adult since the 90s, and I've never seen that shit. And maybe I've never been around dudes that are like, oh, okay, I'll go sleep on it. I've never seen that shit.
Yeah.
So
that's just not happening.
God. That's
now I've slept on the couch before, because like, you know, I'll lay down on the couch or whatever, and she'll get mad for whatever reason, and then she won't wake me up when it's time to go to bed. And so, you know, I'll wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'm on the couch, and I'm like, oh, but then I'll get up and I'll go and sleep in the bed. I'll go finish my night's sleep in the bed, right? You didn't wake me up. And there's probably a few times where like maybe I had a little bit to drink and she tried to wake me up to go to bed, right? And I didn't quite, you know, hey, we've all been there before where you're sleeping and someone's trying to wake you up and you had too much to drink, and you maybe you have a few choice words for them, you know? And so they say, fine, screw you. You stay there, right? But
the Rangers suck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But all in all, yeah. Oh, I was gonna one thing that popped in my head. Did you hear about those people that got struck by lightning out at Benbrook Lake?
No.
14 people got struck by lightning out there.
Was it like a ball of lightning going across the
It
lake?
was a combination of a couple things. One, they had like like the canopy, right?
Oh,
And the wind
okay.
comes, and so they're grabbing onto it to hold it down, and the lightning comes out of nowhere. Like it came in fast and struck a bunch of people, and there was a couple people in like cars. Like it just all kind of struck at one time. But yeah, like 14 people.
I don't see 14. I see 4. 4
I-
hospitalized after Sunday night storms and that hit it.
hospitalized.
Yeah.
But there was 14 that got struck. Like most of them were treated on site and let go. And that's kind of part of also like it strikes the canopy and they're all holding it.
Yeah.
And they're also kind of grounded, but it splits out amongst all of them.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, because Gordo was talking
There it
about
is.
Yeah.
Lightning strike injures 14 at Lake Benbrook,
Yeah.
Mustang Park.
Yeah.
God, dog.
14 people.
I don't go to the lake if it looks like it's going to do that kind of shit.
First of all, I don't go to like it's like a memorial. It's like a memorial. I'm not going to
Oh,
the
no,
lake
no.
on
Any holiday.
any holiday because people don't know how. I mean, you had that girl that got run over by the freaking
The Venezuelan chick.
jet ski in a
Yeah.
canoe and died.
And they
right?
stuffed her in the back of a car like someone else. And the dude that was trying to get her out of there hit like 2 or 3 cars getting on
Right.
the fucking
And-
part.
and spoiler alert, they took off because they were both illegal.
Well, yeah. That's why I said
but-
Venezuelan, not
yeah.
American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They weren't supposed to be here.
Lizzie, I think she still rolls her eyes at this when I'm like, well, I don't go to the lake on holidays. And, we had the boat back in the day. It's like, no, we can go any day during the week you want to go. Saturday, Sunday's kind of dodgy. Depends on what it is. But if it's a holiday weekend, we ain't going. I go, I'm not dealing with that shit. You want to deal with that? Because what we do on the lake, I like to do a little fishing, skiing, tubing, shit like that.
But chilling.
And you go hang out in a
it's-
cove and chill for a little bit too. And
It's
like
amateur hour though. It's like going out on like New Year's,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
There was a couple years in my early 20s where we went out on New Year's, but then after that we were just like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. It's amateur night like that. St. Patty's Day, Cinco de
I've done the
Mayo.
same. Lee always drags me out for that shit.
They
back
were
in the day.
always, and back then you didn't have the Ubers all the time either,
Yeah.
and so it was just more sketchy and dodgy, and so we would just have house parties.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have a house party. Everyone can crash here. We don't have to worry about it, and it was fine. But
yeah. I
don't know the last time I went out for New Year's. Like honestly, I can't think of.
Yeah, it's been a handful of years ago. But for like the boat thing, like we were talking about getting a boat yesterday actually. It was like, all right, well, my brother and I were like, we'll split one and we don't need it all the time. He doesn't need it all the time. I don't know. He can go out on the weekends. I'm going out during the weekdays. I don't go out and like, he wants to. And our whole thing was go play golf Tuesday afternoons. I was like, we can skip that and go fish,
right?
Go bullshit or something like that. I was like, I also got pictures of when I had my boat. I had him, Rhino out there. We're all out there goofing around and shit like that. I'm like, no. But I just, where we live, the people who live around us, and just like this past weekend, it shows you that there are an incredible amount of fucking idiots out there that don't know any. They hit a fucking chick on a canoe with a goddamn jet ski.
Yeah.
People don't know what they're doing. Just take your ass somewhere else. You know what I mean? Just fucking take that shit somewhere else.
Yep.
So, and I got a boat and like, yeah, of course I carry. I'm like, you come fucking around. I don't want that guilt.
Yeah.
I don't want that fucking shame, that guilt or any of that kind of shit or whatever, just because you're an idiot. I don't want that. I don't want it at all. But I'm like, we'll get a slip, go hang out there, chill on the weekend, hang out with the dock, hang out on the dock.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
People just don't know how to act right. So,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I think that's all we got today, right? You got
That's
anything
it.
else?
Let's
You
go.
done? You good? We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go chill outside. The weather's actually kind of nice out there.
Nice
Like
and
the last couple
cool.
times I went outside, I was like, oh, a phone is ringing.
That's-
Hey, get out here.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you to Mr. Michael Henson for joining us there for a little bit, man. We appreciate that.
Got that
always-
wood going. Real
Always,
good.
the pleasure's always on this side of the table.
Mhm.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Alan.